Mr. Sopan Kumar Gorai, Director Finance and CMD, KOC Limited. Kumar Gorai is Director Finance KOC Limited. Is a chartered accountant and a PGDBM in Finance and Strategy from MDI Gurgaon. Kiosil is a Government of India enterprise under the Ministry of Steel and a leading pellet maker EOU in India. Mr. Gorai has 33 years of diversified, multicultural, multi-country, and multi-industry professional experience in a number of entities in CPSC as well as MNC as well as the corporate sectors in areas of finance and accounts, corporate affairs, IT and human resources.
Thank you, Mr. Krishna Misra, for inviting us. I thank the organizers elects. Also, warm warm welcome to the fellow colleagues. I will, with the discussion on the topic, I will try to remain in the topic first, and then of course discuss how KOCL is relevant and KOCL is doing for to make the kind of preempt changes and adapt to it to face the challenges of the future. As Madam was discussing, in fact, I will start with where Madam left, is that how to build the future-ready organizations. As you know, this public sector undertakings as well as other state undertakings, since the independence, last 7 decades, CPSU has made a major role in the industrial development of the company. It has contributed to a large extent to the areas where even the private sector was not willing to go. So the first industrial policy of 1956, there the licensing system came up, particularly the heavy industries like say, steel making. The private sector was not there except Tatas. So it required huge investment. The public sector, thereafter these 7 decades, played a tremendous role in laying down the infrastructure for the country's growth. So that growth has been achieved. Now, what is our role? Our role is how to take the public sector's role to the future. Obviously, we can do that by remaining very alert of what changes are going to take place. As we just discussed, that future-ready organizations. How to make an organization future-ready? One is that you develop your appetite to adapt to the changes. Like the one that we just faced the last 2 years, that is COVID-19. Suddenly, that pandemic has come in such a way that it made everything, all the plans at 6s and 7s, and everyone was running for cover. Particularly some industries, they were affected like anything. But some of them who could, they have picked up and they have adapted to the changes. One big changes that public sector did is that adapting the technology. So far, our meetings used to take place face to face, but suddenly we realized that that is not possible because lockdown all across. So the opportunity given by the technology was there quite some time. Public sector was a little reluctant to adapt to that. However, those of us who could really adapt to that technology, they really made the difference. KOCL is one of them. Other than the technology adoption, I would like how to make the future ready is that, first of all, always keep in touch what is happening, what is the changes that is likely to come. So at the organization level, that observing the changes, the trends, it should be institutionalized so that we can preempt the changes. In fact, Madam talked about the future. You have to have the trend. You have to locate the change for the future, and that change, once it comes, you have to adapt immediately. And for that, because the changes are coming very fast, and in fact, the way we think, every few days, technologies are changing. So what is needed is that a business continuity plan. That business continuity plan will address that what is the currently perceived risk, that and how the mitigations are taking place, and also the future likely risk, because the COVID type situations, that is very difficult to predict. These things, it is not the first time it has come. Maybe after 100 years it has come, but if not of this intensity, there would be changes which may not come with this intensity, but it will come with sufficiently different intensity. It has come what is the source of this kind of pandemic things? It is because of the overutilization of our natural ecosystem. So one of the responsibility of the business would be how to really build a sustainable model for the business for the future, so that this 3 ESG, that is also taken care of. Because as Madam said, the VUCA world, it is not a kind of theory as of now. As of now, it is a reality. How to face that reality? One of the other tool to face that is that you develop your talent, very agile talent, who are ready to jump if this kind of situation comes up. In fact, in KYCL, we had actually faced similar way, because suddenly there is a lockdown everywhere. Our plant, which is located in the west coast of the country, completely got stopped. Somehow we had a very good relationship with the local administration, and we could convince them that this industry also falls within the continuous production system, where some exemptions was there. So with their local administration's permission, we convinced them that we are taking all the measures that is required to mitigate this pandemic. The Ministry of Health, whatever recommendation they have given, like say sanitization, continue regularly sanitization, taking the thermo statistics of the people who are coming, protecting them. Sometimes they are not in a position to go back to their home, so we arranged they are staying within the plant premises also during the lockdown situations. So what happened is that during that time, other than us internal, we are also dependent on the external resources, like supplying of the basic raw materials and also the basic materials for the productions. So sometimes our vendors, their plant is stopped. They are not in a position to give the material. So there we found out some innovative ways to borrow some of the spares from some of our competitors. So through that process, we maintained the production. Since we could maintain the production, our financial result of 2020-21, which Mr. Misra has just introduced to you, that result in our website will be available. Is that in fact, pandemic, we could convert this crisis into an opportunity. In fact, we did our financials, which is highest in the last 16 years, outstanding financials. That was possible because we believe that our people are agilent. We encourage them to remain into the business and to see that whatever steps are required during that crisis situation, we take it with a preemptive manner and take it with all confidence. In fact, so I say that three things are very essential while building a future-ready organization. One is that of your appetite for technology, because technology is changing very fast. It is coming. Today's technology become obsolete tomorrow. So you have to have the appetite to actually adapt to the changes. That includes technology also. You build a talent ecosystem where the talent is ready to adapt to the changes. Because right now the pandemic has come as a elephant in the room. You are not in a position to ignore. But you never think that this thing after second wave or third wave, it is going to go away. If it is not, the intensity might go away, but it might come in at a different form. It might repeat. So it is for us, the responsibility is to build the capability to face similar kind of situation. Third is the talent and the motivation level within the organization. As Mr. Misra was introducing me, that my entire focus is building on the talent, particularly the middle management, because they are the future of the organizations. I talk more on the middle management as a CMD. rather than the head of the departments. Head of the departments also we hold meeting to review their progresses, but more on the middle manager, how they are thinking, because they have to own the organization for the future. Our tenure are for maybe 2 years, 3 years, like that. But for the middle management, they have a tenure for future is for 15 to 20 years. So I tell them that what you are in the soft load level, you are in the project level, you are at the site. You tell me what is your experiences, what kind of organization you like to be built, because this organization, I need your full motivation of the team, because unless you are motivated, nothing can be achieved. No changes can be adopted unless middle management decide that changes we should face with confidence. In fact, I tell them, you come up with the suggestions. From my side, top management, my commitment is that if your suggestions is implementable, company will certainly implement it. So through that process, I kept my ear to the ground. And it is the ground people in this large organization, it is the people who are working in the ground. It is for them to decide, resolve, and act on to take the organization to the future. In this topic, I am discussing because it is very relevant. Not only that technology adoption will fail unless you focus on your people. It is the people, if they feel that organization is good, organization doing for them, they will reciprocate. And if they own the organization, they get emotionally attached to the organization, they will be able to face any kind of challenges, future, present, past, present or future. So with that firm belief, I believe that CPSEs, the leaders among us in the CPSEs, we have a role to play to develop the future talent pool who will be able to take the organization to the future. KYCL, of course, this is more of the philosophical level. KYCL company, not only we have achieved, we just don't want to live on the past glory. We are also planning a number of projects. We have thought of about 3,000 crores projects to take the company into the future. And some of the audience who may not be knowing about the KYCL, I would like to tell you that KYCL is a 43-year-old company. It started in 1976 to operate the one of the largest mines in the Karnataka state, Western Ghats, that is Kudremukh Mines. That Kudremukh Mines got closed in 2006 under Supreme Court order because Kudremukh became a national forest. Meanwhile, the National Forest Act was passed, which states that no commercial activity will be permitted in the forest area. So ultimately, Supreme Court ordered that mine has to be stopped. After the mines got stopped in 2006, thereafter it was a challenge for the company of having about 4,000 people to reduce the people, because you have only earning source is that we built a pellet plant in the west coast in Mangalore, New Mangalore Port Trust, that having a capacity of 3.5 million ton. But problem is that the raw material other than Karnataka, raw material source is east coast, that is the Jharkhand and Orissa belt. And bringing that material from east coast to west coast, processing it, make the pellet and sell it to the people, end users are also in east coast. So logistically, it is very, very challenging for the company to survive post mine period. However, this company, with its resolve, with its very expert talent in the pellet making, it was one of the pioneer. So it somehow, sometime profit, sometime loss, it somehow survived the last 15 years. Last 3-4 years, this company is seeing a tremendous growth that our financials will speak. That is because we have focused on the people, their capabilities, and also made them completely, I will say that if not completely, at least to some extent, to the future ready. And so far as the environmental concern is concerned, our focus is also to take care of, to remain a environmentally sustainable corporate entity. How we are mitigating the environmental risk is that we are giving a focus to plant trees. 3,000 trees has been planted in and around our pellet plant. Other than that, we have established about 6 megawatt solar power plant to contribute to the solar mission of the country and also international solar alliances, so that this ultimate target goal of contributing to the net zero 5 years down the line, even our company, we feel that we should be able to reach to the net zero target. We have this, converting our indurating machine from the furnace oil to gas based, because GAIL has already laid the pipeline up to Mangalore. Mangalore is our major plant, so that we have taken initiative to convert our even the captive powers with that of the gas pipeline from there. Other than that, additional 6 megawatt that we have I talked about it. That solar plant also we are contributing, and environmentally also, because we are quite alert that ultimately as a collectively all the CPSUs as a good corporate citizen has to contribute to the environmental concern, has to reduce our carbon footprint. That will take the environment, prepare the CPSUs for becoming the environmentally responsible corporate citizen, because all these pandemic and other things are coming because there is a disturbance to the balance of the ecosystem that is taking place. In fact, extreme weather conditions that we have just seen that in Mumbai coast, Gujarat coast 1 month before, that tempest that came, even the eastern part of the country that came, all these are coming because of the because of our negligence to take care of the Mother Earth. On that also, I think FCPSC has a tremendous role to remain alert and to contribute to the process of coming to the net zero. So all these initiatives KIOCL are taking, as a result, not only the last financial year, this financial year also first quarter result came excellent. I am sure with this kind of initiatives, KIOCL feels confident to adapt to the changes, the challenges of future with full confidence. With this, I'm sure I have already crossed the time. So I would like to end here. I will be certainly ready to accept further questions on that as and when our audience comes up.
Sure.
With this, I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you once again on behalf of KIOCL.